Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Winter is Fun, a winter house podcast, which is basically a big summer house podcast with two dudes from Southern Charm crashing
just on a vacation with snow instead of like the green grass of the house in the pool.
The beach, yeah. Instead we're on the mountains. So we are so excited. But before we get into it, we got to let you know all of our shit. So A&M Podcast Network, that's us. Check out this podcast. Obviously, we have this podcast is also our Summer House podcast. And then we also have It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast. And then we have One Season Wonders, the show where Meredith and I find a show with only one season and talk about it, which will not be Winter House because Craig and Austen said there's definitely going to be a season 2 of Winter House.
It better. Even if they like change up the cast, I would still watch. Like, I like this.
There was a tweet that was like, I love Summer House. I love Winter House. We should do Haunted House where we're in.
And it was like New Orleans or Salem. And I was like, I'm not a big Halloween person, but I will do anything to lock these people in a house together for 17 days.
With like a potential murderer. Like it's like Halloween, but like Michael Myers is coming after them, but it's a reality
they could
show.
Do some good themes around that, like a murder mystery party, which they already did on Summer House. They could go to a haunted house.
Honestly, would watch these people go through a haunted house, like an actual one.
I would watch a 1 episode moment, like an hour and a half. Let's go for a weekend even.
Yeah, I'd love it. Anyway, so please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. Actually, Meredith, can you also check as I do, because I think my Apple podcast is just like not loading. I know we have one review I don't think I've read from Hoss Boss. Gave us, so Hoss Boss gave us 5 stars and said, love the retro Summer House episodes. Thank you. We are going back to do all the retro ones. But like my Apple podcast has been really fucked up and I can't get new episodes on any podcast. Like our Winter House one didn't even load for me on here. I've been listening solely on Spotify.
That is the only review from the Not Effed Up podcast app.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Well, since we got that sorted out, please rate, review, subscribe us. This is the podcast you guys like a lot better. So like if you give us 5 more
keep
stars,
it going.
That'd be great. Keep doing it. Also follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. I'm vamping it up. I post everything. I try to.
It's fun.
Like my pics. Thank you so much.
I enjoy the 24 hours after an episode as much as I enjoy watching the episode because Alicia finds the best tweets.
I cannot stop laughing. Shakespeare could never. That was my new favorite one from this episode. We'll talk about it. But also join our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Vanderpasta, which has nothing to do with Summer House or Winter House. But at first, this was just the Vanderpump podcast. If you've been with us since the beginning, you know.
Go listen to Vanderpump too. That's live at the same time. It's a busy week for us.
So fun. Okay, but on our Patreon for $1 a month, you get access to all of our pre-shows, which Meredith and I do every single episode. Where we just talk about life and love and happiness and sadness.
Alicia wouldn't let me talk about Bravo stuff this week because it is a Bravo freaking marathon.
Literally, I've been living Bravo since Sunday when I met all these fuckers. I'm exhausted.
That's true. This is our 3rd time recording this week.
In a week. Are we not tired of each other? Also, you get access to any episodes that we record early. So this is like when we go back and do old Summer House podcasts. Or episodes when we do old Vanderpump episodes, they'll be on our Patreon way before they're released.
But even with
anything else.
Winter and Summer House, we release them on Mondays. You could have had this last week.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're recording this. Today's Thursday. You'll listen to this Monday. You could have had it earlier. What are you up for $1? Freaking dollar. And then for $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after shows. Those we only do when we go back and do old episodes. But there's so many after shows you could listen to if you're interested from like when we did them during the pandemic because there were no live shows. And now we have 2 at the same time. And then we'll also say our name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Danae, Dustin, Gina, Jackie, Kelsey, Mariah, Tracy, and Zoe. Woohoo! I would just like to say, like a year ago, it was just Jackie. So this is like really fun.
It is coming up on our 2-year podcast anniversary, FYI.
Oh my God, you're right. We've been so good for 2 years and we've only ever had like maybe half a fight. We've never even fought yet. I love us. You're truly the Sierra to my Paige. Maybe I'm the Sierra to your Paige. We're the best friends in the world. Anyway.
Who's our Amanda?
I'm Amanda. Never mind.
Okay.
Fuck everyone else.
Yes, you're Amanda and I'm Paige.
You can have Paige. Anyway, and then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, we will ask for your opinions for live seasons. This is where you get to talk to us. Give us your thoughts on the episode. We will read them on the podcast. We will talk about it. We will probably maybe message you back depending on if we have other shit to talk to you about and we want your opinion on something else. But do it a lot. We're excited. Also, we will pick a patron of the episode. So this week, I got to give it to our dude, Chris. He is our biggest man. Meredith's dad loves this podcast more than anyone else. And he hasn't even
his support Bravo. Is everything. It comes through Patreon. It comes through my texts. Like, he is just full force. Thanks, Chris.
He did send us a message. He said, time to beverage. And so Meredith and
Alicia and I last night filming the Vanderpump drank a lot.
I don't know what happened.
And I drank my dad's favorite drink, basically.
Oh my God, I love. Well, we are drinking, Chris. Cheers.
Clink, clink.
Okay.
Oh, such a good one.
I'm drinking Lover Boys just for this. Let's do it. So we're here, baby. It's Winter House. Winter should be fun. We're going to Vermont. We got old friends, new friends, and dingleberries. We came here to party.
Is this just the preview that we got a while back, right?
Yes, I think so. But we'll go through it. This season coming up on Winter House, we have snow dogs. Luke goes fishing for our dinner. There's lots of snow, lots of makeouts. Craig and Austen are over this house, probably because they've never done this before. Yeah. We have single girls in the Italian Stallion. Paige finds love. Lindsay's trying to find love. Sierra and Austen kiss. Lindsay and Austen are super excited to see each other. And then Lindsay sleeps in Austen's bed. The Italian Stallion might have other girls besides Paige. Kyle hits on Gabby. Amanda cries. Madison texts Austen, which that's going to be my favorite episode. I'm already pumped. Lindsay tells Austen she's in love with him. I don't laugh. It's so dumb.
I just don't even know where it's going to be placed because we know there's 6 episodes. When does this happen is my biggest thing.
Austen, like I'm kind of with Paige for like, my God, Austen must have a giant.
Yeah, but for Lindsay, that makes the most sense.
True. She's in love with everyone. But then Sierra tells
Craig, hell no.
No, oh my God, they would kill each other. Sierra tells Austen she likes him. Paige cannot believe that anyone likes Austen Kroll, and Kyle pees outside in the snow like we know.
And his hands are cold.
Yep. Can I just say the one thing I find comfort in every year, every show he does, is Kyle peeing outside. Drunk Kyle is my favorite character forever and ever. Okay, so we're in Stowe, Vermont. First episodes of Summer and Winter House are kind of rough because we're meeting everyone, but we're going to do our best.
We're driving to our destination. We're getting a lay of the land.
Yes, it's Friday, 12:52. Sierra and Paige are driving in together. This town makes Paige want to make applesauce and homeschool her children, which was her promo quote. And I could not figure out why. And now I get it. But when it was just on Bravo, I was like, the fuck is she talking about?
It is very Paige, though. I love her little snips about like life like that.
Luke is driving up alone. He is pumped to go snowboarding. Yes. He's from Minnesota. He loves winter.
The cold. He's back, baby.
Kyle and Amanda are excited to vacation as an engaged couple for the first time. I don't know if this is the right type of vacation an engaged couple should be going on, but
you know what, this is Kyle's dream because he just is a forever frat boy. Amanda's like, I thought we'd go to a beach and spend quality time, and Kyle's like what? No, we're gonna go live in a house with other people.
The boys are in Stowe, Vermont. Or Stowe, Vermont, girl.
All we do is sit in our apartment together. Of course we're gonna go hang out with the other people.
Fuck you, Amanda. but actually. So then Paige invited her friend Julia, and Julia invited Andre. They call him Andre, but he goes also by Andrea. So I'm going to say a mix, but Andrea, he's a good looking Italian man. She invited Gabby, this other model, and then Jason, this other model. And so Austen and Craig have nicely named this model house instead of winter house because everyone's fucking beautiful. And then you have like Austen and Craig who are also beautiful, but somehow less beautiful.
We also learned this later that those 3 other people don't know each other, but they all know Julia. I guess James and Gabby, have met each other once or something. Or sorry. Jason and Gabby.
And Andre and Gabby know each other, but Andre and Jason don't. Because when Andre walked in, Gabby like jumped into his arms.
Gotcha.
And I wouldn't do that unless I knew someone. And Gabby seems very similar to us personality wise. So I don't think she would do that. Okay. So now it's 1:45. We see Craig and Austen are already at the house, and Meredith and I watched the YouTube link that they did. It was a live. They were hammered this whole time.
I love the little background knowledge. Okay, they also don't get, their show is so different from the way Summer House is. So I think they're learning how this is going to go. They obviously did not expect to live, or they knew they were going to live with these people too, but that's a whole transition. But that was during filming. There's a whole different transition for them to see the end product of this show, and things are very different.
Yeah. So they are immediately drinking, which is probably like not the smartest thing to do because Summer House drinks pretty heavily all day.
They never stop.
Yeah. And we found out Austen and Craig took a shot with everyone that showed up. So they were like 12 shots deep before anyone.
It made them go really down that sled. Craig said, it was like an initiation thing. When you showed up, they took a shot, they went on the sled, but they don't show that. So yeah. Craig and Austen are about to be hammered.
Sorry, I had to crack open my second.
Speaking of getting hammered.
Getting fucking drunk. I'm going to Target after this. So RIP my credit card. Anyway, it smells like Christmas. It just makes you feel good. Craig says the famous words, what could go wrong? I feel so bad for these boys because they don't even know. Kyle's pumped. He's been coming up to Vermont his entire life. He's a skier. We find out his grandma's down the street. He fucking owns Vermont. Okay. Fuck the rest of you. Kyle's like number one.
Also,
what?
Because for a while there, I was like, this just doesn't really make sense why we're doing this Vermont thing. We don't really have a backstory. So I liked getting Kyle's backstory. This makes sense why they're in Vermont.
Yeah, because he's the number one guy in the group and he goes to Vermont. So that's why we're here. So Craig and Austen are debating, like, should we pick rooms? Austen doesn't want to share rooms, but also he doesn't want to like step on anyone's toes and like pick a room before someone shows up.
This is difficult.
Especially if you're new. Listen, if you were like Paige, I'd be like, I put in 3 fucking years. I'm picking.
I know how the shit goes. We do this all the time. Okay, so what do you do? If you're Craig and Austen, what would you do?
I would do what Austen did, where I tentatively put my stuff not in the best room because I'm not sharing. So I'm not getting the best room, but I either pick a bathroom or closet and then I go with that. I'd probably pick a bathroom, to be honest.
And you just set your bag on top. So it's like, I prefer this room.
Don't unpack.
However, I'm not unpacked and committed.
And then when everyone else shows up, you could be like, is this okay? And everyone else will see the nicer rooms, but you also don't get the worst room. So that's what you do. Craig, on the other hand.
So when the frenzy happens, because like it'll always happen.
Oh my God.
Your stuff's already placed somewhere. You've kind of already called dibs, but you don't look like the dick where you're like, no, I'm taking this.
Yeah, because it's not the best room. No one's going to fight you for it. And if someone does, you could be like, there's an equal room to this right across the hall.
Yeah. There's like a million of these.
You go middle tier. Unless you're the number one girl or number one guy in the group. And that's
I'm ready to discuss that when we get
Paige
there.
And Kyle. So Austen's newly single for 3 months. We all know Madison if you watch Southern Charm. What a fun relationship.
But it's just been 1 month since the reunion aired.
Yeah.
FYI.
And she fucking denied his ass because he begged for it back. She said no. And then he gaslit her at the reunion. So fuck that. But anyway, but Austen's like, I'm going to wait to pick a room. Craig does not. He found his room. He starts unpacking, whatever. So then Austen, because he's like kind of this way, he just can't do anything without permission. He calls Kyle to ask like, what should I do?
Which another good tactic to be like, what do you want me to do? Call the number one
guy. Yeah, call the number one guy.
You planned this. What's the protocol?
Yes. Supposedly Kyle planned this. So he's like, hey man, what's like, also Kyle's been doing this for a long time and like Austen and Craig haven't. So like, hey, what's your opinion?
Even on Summer House, how do you handle this?
Yeah. And Amanda tells him be sly when getting rooms, which I think is what Austen did. Mm-hmm. He was great. So Austen then says they're saving the big bedroom for Amanda and Kyle, the big master bedroom with a closet and a bathroom.
And a jacuzzi, I think, right?
Yeah. And Kyle's excited. Kyle's like, great, I get the primary room.
Of course.
Then Gabby comes in. She's a model.
This is so funny.
It's so awkward. They don't know each other.
Who are you?
Yeah, Gabby's new. Already no one knows her, but especially these two randos from South Carolina from a whole different franchise.
Like Gabby's not on another show, so I don't even know of you.
But like Gabby couldn't even be like, oh, I'm Julia. Like if this was Paige,
they don't even know Julia.
Or even Paige probably like called Amanda and like let her know. Like the Summer House cast probably knows because new people come all the time to Summer House. These two buffoons are like, who the fuck are you? Absolute buffoons.
And she's like, also, will you get my luggage? I just have a few things. And then she's like, I need this and this and this and this and this and this.
Let me tell you,
this out of my
the beginning of every like day starts with how many days are left. So we're at 16 days. This bitch packed for at least 28 years.
But she looks intense until Paige rolls up.
She also is wearing heels. And I was like, girl, there's ice. We're in Vermont in the winter.
You never know what you need. You have no clue what you're coming into.
You don't come in with heels, though. You have heels to change. It's like the airport. Don't wear heels to the airport. Change into heels.
They're inside shoes, not outside shoes.
So they're such gentlemen. They help her with her bags. And then Gabby explains that she knows Julia and Jules and Paige are friends, and Jules missed her flight, so she's coming tomorrow, which is like super awkward because all these people she invited now have to like fend for themselves.
Dude, I bet Bravo was like, yes, she missed her flight. This is just going to be so uncomfortable.
They actually canceled her flight. They texted her your flight was canceled, but it really wasn't, and they just put her on a different flight. They explain that Craig has his room, Austen has his preferred room, so Gabby picks a room, and she gets the big room. And so Austen and Craig are like,
I think she gets the one with the jacuzzi.
Yeah, she gets the primary. We'll call it the primary room.
No. She doesn't take the like primary. She
does at first.
Oh, okay.
She at first puts her shit in there, and Austen and Craig are like, oh, that's not good. And this is when we find out Gabby grew up with 6 siblings, so she knows you got to dominate or get dominated.
I get that.
So Craig and Austen are like, she came in too hot. That's a bad move.
But she's not the one to blame for putting her stuff initially in a place, because if somebody else already claimed a place, well, now I'm going to claim a place.
Yeah.
So she's not too bad.
Agreed. So, and I mean, she does eventually move her shit. I don't know if I like wrote it down, but she doesn't end up in the primary. Yeah. So it's fine. She figures.
She's doing Austen. She hasn't unpacked. Yeah. She's casually claiming a spot, ready to move if needed.
So she doesn't look like a bitch. Yeah. Actually, then she'd look really nice and be like, oh my God, I didn't mean to take this room. Okay, so we are on the sled. We are drinking. Amanda and Kyle show up. And then we quick flash because Kyle's doing that shit where he's like, oh my God, when's the last time I saw you? 2 years, mostly because we're in a pandemic, but also because we live states away. And we see Southern Charm coming to the Summer House. What a fun episode that was. So this is when Gabby actually is like, oh, you're in a couple. I didn't realize. I'll give you the big room. And Gabby moves her shit.
Yes.
So 2 people have now told Kyle and Amanda they'll get the big room, but they don't put their shit there.
Yeah, so, I you know what? I didn't even clock that.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, do you think because I was like, why don't Amanda and Kyle just tentatively put their shit in the big room?
Let's wait till we get to the fight because I have a lot of thoughts here.
They should have just tentatively, but they didn't.
I have like layers of thoughts because as this progresses, yes, that's a good thing to like put a pin in.
They leave their shit in the car and we start drinking.
Yeah, it's even in the car. It's not even in the house.
Yeah, we didn't even bring it in. So it's now 4:15 and Paige and Sierra pull up. Austen immediately falls for Sierra. he is spitting his best game.
Which he knows about her. He definitely has to know about her already coming into this.
But they probably like haven't really chatted.
Yeah. It's no Gabby. Like Gabby's a random, but Sierra's in the Bravo universe. So I'm sure he's like.
Yeah, but Sierra's new. She's only been there a year and it was a pandemic. Yes. So we don't know.
He's just been
They probably never met. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So Austen, he cracks me up because he pulls super hot girls, but he doesn't really have game. And so I don't know, because I love him too.
I think it's his chillness.
I don't know, because we
talked about this literally in our pre-show. When people text you a lot and are so abrasive, it's a turnoff. I think Austen's the opposite, but not like I'm never going to contact you. He's just kind of like there, but they're enough, in my opinion.
That's Craig. Craig texts you too much. Austen doesn't text you enough. And somehow in the middle, they both pull hot chicks. Like, I have no idea.
I think they're both towards the middle of their opposite sides.
Anyway, so we do shots and immediately they're like shots of tequila, and Sierra's like, no, actually I only do vodka shots. And
she's like, I gotta survive all day. So like
Austen,
vodka.
He fell in love. He's like, are you Russian? And she's like, sure.
Obviously.
And he's like, oh my God, her banter.
She's like, look at me. Obviously I'm Russian.
Obviously Russian. I'm the first Black Russian ever. There might be others, but I haven't seen them. So we do cheers to the best winter vacation ever. And now Paige is like, room time. Will not live downstairs.
Paige knows.
Paige does not want to live downstairs.
No. She needs a bathroom and a closet.
Yes. Austen and Craig have already claimed rooms. Paige says she loves the master bedroom and says, because they're exploring, like looking at all the rooms.
Yeah.
And her, Sierra, and Amanda have now gone in the master. And Paige is like, what if Sierra and I shared this room and then Amanda could come and use the closet as needed? Yeah, because Kyle doesn't need it.
Like, let's all get ready together in this room. This will be our bathroom, it's our closets. 3 people are basically using the assets of this room. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, and Amanda's kind of like, I'm not going to comment. She should have said, that sounds good to me. Let me talk to Kyle. Like, she should have said
something, or you should go talk to Kyle. Yeah, I'm not going to respond.
Be like, I'm down for that, but I'm attached to another person. So like, you should talk
because
to
while
him.
Kyle and Amanda have 2 on this side for rooming in the big room, Amanda knows that 2 other people want a room. So it's like 2 to 1 on who's going to live in this room.
Yeah, someone should have said something. Anyway, so we go back downstairs. Who is single? Gabby is. Sierra and Paige could not be more single. Amanda's engaged, but wishes she was single. Craig has a girlfriend who's in Park City and then Switzerland. We all remember Natalie from Southern Charm.
So this is the time, like, we're going to get a break from each other. Let's see if we miss each other. I like this.
We either get married or we break up.
Which, like, I was like, Craig, I mean, I know that's the reality of every relationship. But this seems so sad.
He's so blunt about it. So single Paige has no strings. She's going on dates. She got ghosted. She's ghosted others. Doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, she's bopping around town. Like, this is Paige, honey. Single Paige is what out.
I compete with in New York. It's horrifying. Anyway.
This is basically Paige from her first season of Summer House.
Yeah, when she was making out with Carl in the pantry.
Great. Is there a pantry in this house? Screw the room tour.
Tub.
Is there a pantry?
I don't know. Okay, so then Jason is here. Paige isn't into him at first, but then she sees the outfit and she's like, holy shit, sick fit. And he's like, thank you so much. And then they offer him a shot of peanut butter whiskey, which is like a nightmare. They're trying to kill him.
Somebody new arrived. Let's do a shot
of peanut butter whiskey.
Have you never had that?
No. My God.
It's really good.
Horrifying.
No. It's really good. I promise.
Jesus. I was going to say they hate him already.
Like, no. This is like a really fun thing. It's really good.
Thank God. Anyway, so Jason's talking about his type. He loves beautiful, independent women. Yeah. He like describes it, and the producers say like the unicorn, and he is looking for that unicorn.
Of course. If I looked like that, I would also be looking for another unicorn.
Yes. So then Paige and Sierra are like, oh my God, we've only been here for like a few hours, but the food is sitting in our car. And I'm like, God, okay. So they go get the food. Immediately the apples spill out. And as they're picking up the apples, this black car pulls up. Oof. And out walks the Italian stallion.
And they're like, hey.
Holy shit. They are freaking out. Paige tells Sierra to reel it in.
Yeah.
Calm down.
This is a thing where you're like, pick my jaw up off the floor so he doesn't see.
Yep. He gives them each, it's Andre. He gives them two kisses. They're all super happy.
They're like, Amanda's, left or right first? I just need to know.
Amanda's the most excited. She's like, oh my God, other men kissing me.
This ring on my finger, it could be taken off.
It means nothing right now. So the minute he goes inside, because he's like, nice to meet you, I'm going to go inside.
I know, they're like, hold on.
They wait.
This is such a girl thing to do.
Ass? Did you see his ass? Freaking out. I get it. And then Sierra's hilarious. She's like, call your mom, book the venue. This is it. I found him. That would be me. I'd be like, am I impregnated because I love him?
And I'm having his children. He is even more impressive. In his interview, he's like, I'm from Verona. It's such a romantic city. Romeo and Juliet.
We'll talk about him somewhere.
Ready to marry an American. Let's move back to Italy. Yes. And everyone on Twitter is like, me learning Italian to be that American.
Hello, hi, I am American.
Right here.
It is
double
me.
Kiss these cheeks.
Paige is taken. She's off the market.
True.
It's time.
I don't care what happens on this show anymore.
No.
Let's move on.
I'm here for after.
Let's book the one-way ticket.
My favorite, though, is Andrea walks in and Kyle's hammered and he meets him and he's like, did you even say hi to the girls? And Andrea is like, yeah, I just said hey to them. And he's like, oh, who the fuck are, like, he's literally like, who the fuck are you? But
this is the downside of not getting every shot that's taken every time somebody walks in the door. And then also on top of it, all the shots I'm sure Kyle is taking.
Yeah.
Because Kyle's hammered already. And I was just thinking, he's the one who drove here. There's no way he started before he got here.
No.
How was he so hammered?
Hammering it. I mean, it's 5:52 now. That was the last time stamp when he's hammered. So it's been maybe like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's concerning.
But he's drunk. So yeah.
Kyle's here to play.
Andrea knows Gabby through modeling. We go back outside to the girls getting the groceries and they find that they have pasta sauce in a jar. There's a real life Italian.
They're mortified now. They are mortified.
Paige's husband is inside. She has to go. Someone get rid of the pasta sauce. And then Luke is here. People care less about Luke, but I'm excited.
But you know what? He doesn't care because he's just all about this cold weather.
He has his hockey stick already. Did you see it when he got out?
How many fires do you think are going to be in this season?
So many fires. It's cold.
We already got one.
Time for fires.
We got one this episode.
This was all over Twitter. It was like Luke made his first fire. It happened. And I was like, yes.
I mean,
I get it.
Where Paige picks for closet and bathroom, Luke probably looked at that room and was like, there's a fireplace. I'm in. I'm
making fires all day long. So Austen and Sierra flirt a little bit. They both root for the Carolina Panthers. Ooh. We flashed to Austen flirting with Hannah at Summer House, which was like super fun.
Because the guys were like,
Luke, they met. They're like, hey, how?
Yeah, they're like, hey, Luke? We came, but you were the only one in the house we didn't talk to when we came to the Summer House.
It's because Luke was into Hannah, and then Austen was flirting with Hannah, and he cockblocked.
Yeah. And look how it all played out.
Luke is excited for winter. He goes on this big montage about how much he loves to do all his winter activities, including tapping maple trees, which is hilarious because then the producer asked if he'd rather tap maple trees or tap ass.
Can you imagine being a producer and having to ask this question?
Well, then Luke is like, obviously tap ass, but I would also tap a maple tree.
Yeah, I'm going to do one and I'm going to do the other.
What a dumb question, producer. Of course.
Here's the thing, I will always have a maple tree to tap. If the girl comes along, great too.
Yeah, I'll prioritize her, but...
That's the icing on the cake. The cake is tapping
the maple icing.
Yeah.
So, drunk Kyle's so excited. We do another shot, and now it's really time to hammer in on these rooms.
Yes.
Everyone's here except Jules, who missed her flight, and Lindsay, who's coming tomorrow because she owns... Hub House and cannot
busy
leave.
Girl.
So Sierra says, you know what? No matter how rooms go, we're going to have a family dinner after.
Yes.
So just so we're aware. So basically there's enough rooms for everyone to have their own room except the couple and then 2 other people. So I know that sounds confusing, but there has to be 3 pairs total.
Yes, because and then we learn later there's one room with 2 beds in it.
Yes.
So that's the other sharing.
Yes. And then obviously someone's going to share the big bedroom.
There's 10 beds, 9 rooms.
Yes. Yeah. Great. And how many people? 12 people?
Yeah.
Great. So, Paige starts I think,
Paige and Sierra immediately
starts. We want the primary. Paige says
we'll
share with Sierra. Drunk Kyle says no. Luke then says, wait a minute, I haven't even seen the room. So I want my fair share, which is a good summer house move because you have to see it before we pick straws or whatever.
Yes.
So they do a tour and then he comes back down and Craig and Austen said that they already have claimed their rooms. And then Paige calls
stuff in rooms.
And then Paige says, yeah, that's rude. Because on Summer House, you don't set your shit in rooms because everyone wants their pick.
Mm-hmm.
So Paige and Austen get into it a little bit because Austin's like, well, you're claiming the primary room, which shouldn't go to you. And Paige is like, why are you even talking if you already have a room? Like, you should really be out of this conversation.
Good point. Well, because Paige is verbally claiming a room. Austin has physically claimed a room.
Well, then Austin goes tentatively picked a room because he didn't unpack. So no one can get mad.
Austin is like, I'm not the bad guy. I'm tentative in his mind. And Paige is like, I'm not going to be the bad guy because I haven't put my shit in a room. And they're like, you're the bad guy.
It's all honestly, I would have done what Austin did, but I wouldn't have said anything. I would have said something like, I put my stuff in a room, but if someone else wants it, we can talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, very
Austin
simple.
came too hard for Paige, which made him a target.
So then Paige is like, she's like, shut up. Also, you shouldn't mention it while we're discussing the best bedroom. That's after. Once you decide who gets the best bedroom, then you go,
then you're measly.
Are we good on the rest of the rooms?
You're crumbs compared to the master.
Exactly. So then Amanda says, her and Kyle are 2 people in a room. So ideally they'd like a room with a closet and a bathroom, which also makes sense because
I agree.
If you have to share a bed or like if there's one bathroom for 2 rooms, then 1 person in each room, there's 2 people per bathroom.
Yes.
So if 2 people are claiming a bathroom,
it's like the shared bathrooms need to go to people who aren't sharing rooms because then there's less people using those bathrooms.
So the solo bathroom should go to people who are sharing rooms. So I think Amanda all she wants is a bathroom and a closet, please. That's it. She's not making it hard. She's claiming what she wants, which I also think's a good move.
And I like how she's doing it though. She's not making it a problem. She's not being demanding.
I would appreciate it.
There's the requirements we're having because it sounds like there's multiple bedrooms with this option too.
Yeah. So she's like, I just want this. Craig then says he's not leaving his room, which makes me think he has a bathroom and a closet.
He does. I know he does because Paige and Craig did a tour on Instagram like a month ago, or like they put it on Instagram like a month ago, and I know Craig has a bathroom.
Because then Amanda gets upset and like she hates fighting, but everyone else is yelling. So she's upset, but she's not going to say anything. So she just sits there and like looks visibly upset. So then Gabby is like, I also have a room, but no one cares. She just did it like to throw it out there and be like, I said it, but like, don't care about me.
Yeah, my stuff's sitting in a room, but like, do whatever you need to do.
Move. Luke then says, why are people grabbing rooms if I haven't seen any? So he's mad about a different thing. So Luke just picks a room. He goes around and he's like, this one looks good.
I think they briefly go upstairs and like Andrea picks a bedroom first, I think. And then Kyle's like, Luke is like, I'll just take this.
Yeah. And then Jason grabs a room really quick. And then Kyle's hammered, but B gets so mad and he doesn't understand how people who didn't plan this vacation should be involved in picking the rooms. Because he, in his mind, again, I don't know, but he says he planned it.
Yeah.
So he should get first pick at the bedrooms. So, Kyle's basically going to try and lay down the law because he wants the primary bedroom.
Yeah, he's going to assert his dominance.
We kind of move on. But do you want to discuss thoughts.
Yes. Okay. Here. This is what bothers me is this is so confusing because, okay, I do agree. If you plan the vacation, you should, in a sense, get first pick. However, it does get messy when some people arrive before others. So, like, I don't think anybody who put their bag down in a room is a villain by any means.
No.
Because that doesn't mean it's squared away. I think the intent is, I want this room. We'll figure it out. But if you're going to be so particular about a room, in my opinion, you got to go claim it then. Paige really wants a room. She goes and claims it by the end of this conversation. She brought rooms up
twice. She was like, I want to discuss rooms. I'm putting my shit in a room.
Yeah, it didn't really get resolved. And Kyle says he wants that room. And Amanda says she just wants a room with a bathroom and a closet. So Paige isn't really too much contested on the exact master in this conversation.
Yes.
So I don't feel bad for Kyle in this moment.
I don't feel bad. I'd like to know, did Kyle plan the trip for real? Was it Bravo? Was it Kyle? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if Kyle did plan it, I think Austen and Craig and Gabby did the right thing where they were like, we're leaving the master for Kyle and Amanda.
Yes.
Because he planned it. This is his vacation. He did all the work. He should get the bedroom that he wants. Now, I think Kyle and Amanda fucked up by not getting one bag and putting it in the room and leaving that open for Paige to be like,
also not,
this is not clear.
They don't speak up enough in this conversation, in my opinion. No,
Kyle should have said in this conversation, not in his interview, should have said, I planned this vacation. I think I should, in front of everyone, I should have dibs on a room. It doesn't have to be the primary, but I should be able to pick the room before the rest.
Yeah, but he wants, in his mind, he's always master. So he has to say, I get the master. Because the vagueness is then what allows Paige and Sierra to go take the master.
Yes. So that's where it gets iffy. I'm really not, I don't think anyone played it 100% right.
But I don't think there's any villain either.
No.
Kyle screwed himself.
Kyle screwed himself.
Especially because I want to fast forward to the very end in his tweet that you posted where he was like, I planned this and I got a room in the basement. And in my mind, Kyle, you got fucked up.
Yeah.
And you didn't claim any room. So you got the worst room. Yeah. That was the problem.
Like, cause I think if he would have put his shit in the primary and Paige showed up and said, wait, I want this room, Kyle could have said, but I planned it and I got here first and my shit's already here. And people would have agreed with Kyle, but because he's just drunk, not making sense.
I feel like Paige was like, I'm going to give it 5 seconds. And if he doesn't start moving, I'm going to move.
Also, listen, not saying anyone's really afraid of Kyle, nor should they be. But when it comes to closet space, Paige will fucking murder your ass for it. So here's, Amanda doesn't like conflict. Sierra's not really arguing that much. Paige does not give a fuck. She's going to get the room. She's a princess. She's going to get the room she wants. Yeah. And that's it. Sorry.
Yeah.
So again,
if you don't claim it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to do it. It's her mentality.
Kyle should have claimed it. And I think people would have backed him up if he said, I planned this.
And I don't think Paige would have thrown a fit though either. If Kyle would have claimed it in this conversation, I think Paige would have been like, I just need a good closet.
Yeah, but if
look at everything I have.
If you're not going to do it, get the fuck up.
You snooze, you lose. It's literally Paige right here.
Exactly. Okay, so now
dinner. We have to have a family dinner after this fight.
Yeah, Friday, 7:10 p.m. First, Paige gets so many boxes delivered, and we know what it is. It's her wardrobe.
Of course.
Because she has to Instagram Live.
I love it.
Andre is like, oh my God, let me help you with your boxes. Where am I taking them? And she goes, thank you so much. The master. And he's like, wait, what? Shouldn't the couple get that so they can share their intimacy? And
stop.
Paige is like, no, I'm sorry. They've had a lot of intimacy. And Sierra's like, take it to the master or fucking die, basically. We'll kill you. Just do it.
I agree.
Amanda's busy trying to get Kyle to calm down. Kyle's drunk. He has no idea what he's mad about anymore, I'm sure.
He knows he's mad about this rooming situation. He's just too hammered to be able to get what he wants. Yeah.
And then Kyle says Amanda fucked up because she let Paige and Sierra get the room. I will say this. Amanda's not as bad, but she has Schwartz tendencies where she can get, she won't
stick up to her friends.
She doesn't like conflict. She would rather, Amanda would honestly rather sleep in the garage than fight with anyone.
The difference, though, is in the Schwartz situation is he knows his partner will stick up for what she wants. Yeah. Kyle is not sticking up for himself either.
No. So Amanda's like, okay, I'm just not going to fight with my friends.
Kyle, if you're not going to do it, why does Amanda have to be the bad guy? Kyle isn't going to do it either.
In Amanda's defense, she slept there anyway, her first night. So like, fuck you, Kyle.
Amanda that is true. Room. She, Amanda in a sense, I guess, asserts her dominance later.
Also, she knows damn well if Kyle's too drunk and he passes out and Paige or Sierra, one of the single girls, goes to sleep somewhere else because they can't share that bed, Amanda could easily hop in bed with the other one.
I think the master being with those three girls is honestly better off used because Amanda will use that so much with the girls there. No one will use it with Amanda and Kyle in there.
Yeah, because Paige can't bring Andre to her bed, but she can go to Andre's room, and then Amanda can just sleep with Sierra.
Yeah,
or vice versa,
whoever. Amanda, Sierra, and Paige will all get ready in that room. They're gonna all hang out in that room.
There will always be one person at least in that bed at all times, whether it's Amanda, Paige, or Sierra, which is great. So then, Paige is basically like she's unpacking, dealing with her clothes, all the happiness. No one can be mad. She said Amanda just wanted a bathroom and a closet, so they should go find one, figure it out.
I agree with that. That's all I'm going to say. At this point in time, where we're at after the conversation and everything,
I do feel slightly bad for Amanda because though Paige is going toe-to-toe with Kyle, Amanda's collateral damage by default.
Yes. But I think Kyle puts her there.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he goes toe to toe with her best friend. So then it's like both of them put her in that situation. And she's like, fuck you guys for fighting, and just like deals with it. Okay. So Kyle's drunk. So he decides out of rage, he's going to kick a beer box that has a bunch of bottles of beer in it and breaks them everywhere. Shatters. He claims he didn't know that anything was
He walks outside, comes back in, and that was a commercial break. And he's like, I didn't know that those were in there.
Mostly because he just drinks Loverboy, so he thinks everything's in a can.
Which
Luke's really sad though. His Midwestern vibe is beer, and he's like super sad.
Well, okay, because nobody is as fucked up as Kyle. So then, like, when glass gets broken, you're like, fuck, now I have to clean this up.
Well, Luke is like, oh, I liked those beers, and Paige was the one that's like, fuck, I gotta clean up this glass now.
She's like, what is going on?
Karma for picking his room. Austen though offers to share his bed with Sierra, and Sierra does not accept, but she also does not deny.
That is true.
So now it's 8:38, and finally we're making dinner, but Andre finds the pasta sauce in a jar. Is this? Oh my god. And Paige is like, I'm so sorry. And he says they'll go shopping again. They'll go shopping together next time. Also, this pizza crust they got in the adhesive plastic, he's pissed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this isn't real crust. So they're like, do you cook? And he's like, only for beautiful girls. If it's by myself, no. Aha. And so they are all flirting. All single girls are flirting with this Italian. And even Amanda's flirting. She's like, I used to date an Italian.
I think she's like, Kyle. This is fun. This is fun.
It's harmless. She's not gonna hook up with him. But
this is like the fun when you first meet someone and you're like, yay, fun.
And then
friends.
If they're like, you're flirting, she's like, no, I'm just being nice.
Well, I think it's like, of course I am. Look at him.
Look at him. So this is when we find like Gabby's an introvert. What kind of introvert does this? That she's like us. She's like a normal person who's put in this crazy situation who's like, fuck.
Without even like her comfort zone.
Yeah.
This would be hard to show up to this house, barely know anyone, and the person who knows the people isn't there.
Here. You're like, fuck. So now it's 9:02. Lindsay calls Austen. They FaceTime. Austin's like hammered, and he's
I was confused at this because we've never gotten any word on their friendship. I did not know they were friends like this.
I didn't either. Basically, so Austin's bitching about the rooms, and Lindsay's like, don't sweat the small stuff. But Austin's hammered because he's at least 12 shots plus in.
True.
And Austen does call Lindsay babe. And then we find out that he can't wait for his girl Lindsay to get here. They talk all the time.
Wow.
They talked about their relationships, aka Madison and Stravy, and the PowerPoint from last season.
Yeah, we get a flashback from last summer house that never aired.
Lindsay
laying in her bed in that house talking about Stravvy's PowerPoint and Austen talking about Madison.
Which is great. Honestly, it wouldn't have done anything in Summer House if that had aired.
But I'm so happy that this is in the same universe, that we get flashbacks from other shows.
I'm so excited. So yeah, they're really close, and now they're both single.
Mm-hmm.
Ambiguous silence. We'll see what happens.
Dun, dun, dun.
Luke is upset. He brought so much stuff, all his winter fucking gear. He's so excited. The girls and Andre make a great Italian dinner. So then we're finally having family dinner at 9:02. I would just like to say this is New York time for dinner, and I'm always starving. Anyway.
And they've been drinking, some of them since noon.
Oh my God, I'm starving. So Kyle's hammered, and Amanda and Kyle are not sitting across from each other, even though romantic Andre is like, Kyle, sit across from your fiance.
From your lady. And she's like, Amanda's no, I'm
literally
good.
Like, Andre, do you actually want to just sit across from me, please? Thank you.
Want to not? I've spent so much time with him.
I'm breaking off this whole engagement for this house. I'm single.
Yeah.
Goodbye. So we find out who can snowboard. Austen's the best out of Craig and Austen. The two, the best couple of the house is like, Craig and Austen.
Like, that's not a competition.
Charleston doesn't have snow, so I'm excited to know how Austen snowboards.
Well, actually, when he got the call to do this show and come hang out for this trip, he was snowboarding with the Gretzky kids.
Wow.
Fun fact, everyone. Well, Craig was with him too. Craig and Austen were with some Gretzky's.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God, they talked about that yesterday. Yeah, you're right. We find out
which they didn't know it was a show at the time. They literally were invited on vacation.
Yeah, they thought they were hanging out with Kyle. So Jason can also ski. Andre used to compete in skiing competition. Like, who the fuck is this man? This Italian stallion who also is talented on the slopes. So the boys are going to go to the slopes tomorrow. The girls do not want to ski. No. But Andre's like, you know what? Why don't I stay back with the girls in case they need some help doing anything, literally anything. And Paige is into it. She's pretty drunk too, and she's just looking at Andre like, hello, hi.
Hey.
So then Craig asked the famous poll that I even put on our Instagram. His teacher, one of his professors or something, once said, if you could only have one, oral sex or cheese, which one would you pick?
By the way, have oral sex or cheese.
Yeah, like receive oral sex or eat cheese. What would you pick? And Paige is like, I would totally give up oral sex.
Well, cheese. She goes cheese. And Craig goes, what? And she goes, no, because I would take cheese. And he's like,
framed it as, what would you give up? Yes. I'm framing it as, what would you give
up? Yeah. He said, what would you give up? And she goes, cheese. And he's like, what? And she's like, no, I would take the cheese.
Yeah. And Craig is like, same. And then Austen's like, why would you give up oral sex for cheese? And Kyle is like,
Austen says, why would you give up giving? Oh, he starts talking about giving oral sex versus receiving.
Oh, whatever. Kyle says he loves cheese and boobs. So I don't know what he picks.
Hammered Kyle with his eyes rolled behind his head. This is where
Austen says he loves giving oral sex, and Craig is like, oh, you could still do that, you just can't receive.
Yeah.
And so this is when Austen's like, no, you can't do that.
Change the rules.
Craig is like, don't tell me my rules. And so then Craig gets kind of heated. Which is just Craig.
They said that there was a way bigger fight than what's shown. Like they were arguing a bunch of, you know how on Southern Charm they always argue. So they had a bigger argument, but they always let things roll off their back. That everybody was like, whoa.
My favorite thing about Craig is you could literally, just to bother him, would be like, hey, Craig, the sky happens to be green. And he'd be like, no, it's not, it's fucking blue. Like he would lose his fucking mind. Which is why
people get too much enjoyment out of arguing with him.
Shep and Austen love to argue with Craig, which is one of my favorite things about Craig too, which is why I could never date him because he would get mad all the time. But so they get in a fight, but it's fine. And then Amanda says she would eat cheese over dick any day of the week. And then her and Paige high five.
And if any girl would ever say they would give up cheese. I don't understand you.
You can't receive it, I think, is the thing. Like, obviously, I would give up sucking a dick for cheese any day.
Oh, but yeah,
I can't receive. I would also give up for cheese.
I mean, most guys don't even know.
Intolerant, and
most guys suck at it anyways.
So I'd rather just cry while my
cheese always makes me happy.
Cheese always makes me happy, and I'm allergic to it. So that's amazing. But I posted this, and I would just like to say that 13 people voted. 12 decided they would keep cheese. 1 was for oral sex.
Interesting.
So, I know. I mean, we were on the cheese committee.
Oh,
so
of course.
We can't even talk. But
I mean, dinner's kind of a mess even without this argument. Kyle's eating with the spoon that they made the pasta with. It's the wooden spoon.
I laughed so hard. It was
this tells me exactly where he's at.
Yeah, so Amanda decides to escape drunk Kyle. Gabby and Paige join. They talk about the Italian. And Gabby says she wouldn't hook up with him because they've been friends for 7 years. And they're just flirty friends, which I think is fun. I have a ton of flirty friends I love. But Andre actually likes super, super blondes. And Amanda's like, me? And they're like, you're brunette.
Yeah,
sorry.
You're dirty blonde. Sorry.
Brunette. Yeah, sorry. So now we do dishes. The boys are cleaning, so the girls are going to get ready for a drinking game, which is a big shot ski first, and then we go into the games. Paige also finds she has pasta sauce on her ass, so if that's not foreshadowing, I don't know what the fuck is.
That was good.
So also they're grabbing, this cracked me up. I just need a quick Luke moment. He is my favorite Midwestern dad. There's a bunch of shit on the porch and Luke goes outside at night to get it with the rest of the guys, but he has a giant light on his head. One of those lights that wraps around your head. Just what a dad. My dad has one of those.
I know, because they're like, Kyle, did you bring in your stuff? And he's like, no. And they're like, no, we'll get it for you.
Kyle shit. Also, they grab more lover boys. Great marketing, by the way. Someone on Twitter said Austen really fucking failed at marketing.
Yeah. They showed the Budweiser beer and they were like, Austen, I can't believe you let them drink this. But
yeah, we come back a craft beer though.
Yeah, we come back to the argument about sleeping rooms, and Kyle's like, where are we sleeping since you let them have the master?
Where?
And Amanda just goes,
oh my God, you skipped over a lot. Sorry.
Nah.
Where do we
We're talking about them bringing in Kyle's stuff.
Oh, you're right. There isn't I didn't write this. Oh. You talk. That's fine.
But, basically Kyle looks at Amanda and is like, where are we sleeping since you gave the room away? And Amanda's like, I'm not participating, and literally walks away from him.
And she goes to shotgun a beer with Craig instead.
Yeah. She's like, fuck you, find your own way.
Her hole is so small on the shotgun. She's flirting with the Italian stallion. She does not give a fuck.
No, okay, she's so like, you want to shotgun a beer? Then I'll shotgun a beer.
It's 10:57. Andre's on the balcony. He yells to Paige, my love. He yells for Amanda. And then Sierra also wants to flirt. So they put her up in a cheer stunt. And Andre grabs her over the balcony. And they end up in the Titanic pose, which was hot. And Paige is jealous.
Nothing about weight or someone's anything like that. But I was like, oh my God, this balcony's going to break. This is not meant for this. This is a flimsy ass piece of wood that you're just supposed to put your hand on.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. I was like, it's going to come tumbling down.
No.
So Luke is in a onesie, which everyone loves. And then we play Flip Cup.
Flip Cup.
I'm drunk. We play Flip Cup.
Kyle in the group.
Kyle ends up falling asleep in a corner. Well, first he's drunk. He can't flip anything.
No, they're yelling at him, which I get this.
Yes.
Do not be on my team if you suck.
Sierra's pissed.
Yeah, she's actually flip the cup or get off the team.
Amanda's the one that goes to bed first. And Amanda's smart. She goes straight to the master bedroom, fucking falls asleep.
I love this. Kyle, you didn't pick us a bedroom. You're so angry about these bedrooms. I'm going to go to the best bedroom that I have access to.
Hell yeah. It's 12:24 a.m. This is when Luke wants to make a fire. He has his own fireplace.
He's like, oh yeah, here we go.
I'm making a fire. Gabby and Jason do a photo shoot in their underwear.
This is a little ooh.
I know. I don't know if it was steamy or not.
I think they're hammered, so it looks a little bit more than it is. But like she's in a cute little like pajama set and they're taking drunk Polaroids. I was like, maybe something could be here.
Craig calls his girlfriend. Drunk Kyle decides to snack on Tostitos on the couch. And if you know me, you know I love drunk Kyle finding 100%. Food. It is my favorite. And then Paige puts drunk Amanda to bed, which is so cute. So Amanda does end up staying undresses in the master.
Puts her
Should we take off
covers?
Your jeans? And Amanda's just like, yeah. Too drunk Amanda. And then we see Andre steal the Tostitos from Kyle, but Kyle's asleep, so he doesn't notice.
No.
And then Kyle drunkenly throughout the night. Well, first he wakes up in the middle of the night and has to pee. So he goes to the bathroom and delivers the iconic line, "Dude, my dick is so dick." Which Shakespeare could never.
Oh my God. And then all you see is because they don't put cameras in the bathroom are his little feet through the bathroom door.
Oh my God. So he's laying down and I was like, did he take his pants off while lying down?
Kyle is so lucky that the bathrooms don't have cameras, which like it makes sense why they don't. But like if this was like Big Brother, they like have just the toilet in a separate place.
Yeah.
Kyle would be screwed if it was just a little toilet room.
It was so funny. He's just laying there, but he's wiggling out of it. And I'm like, is he taking off his pants right now?
Oh my God.
And so it's like 1:49 a.m. and this is Kyle, which I love. So the next morning, Amanda's up. Kyle woke up on the couch. Jason and Gabby are doing dishes, discussing pooping patterns. Mm-hmm. Amanda's basically like, Kyle, we need a room. Let's just grab our shit and go downstairs. We've lost this battle. Let's just go downstairs. We'll figure it out. Kyle's pissed because it's the loudest bedroom in the house. And Amanda's like, listen, you fucking fell asleep on the couch last night. You won't even notice. And he goes, actually, I fell asleep in the bathroom.
Yeah, he's like, clarification, wasn't on the couch the whole night. I was in the bathroom, which it like gives Amanda her argument right there.
Then we see Kyle sleeping all over the house. And my favorite was the kitchen table where Kyle is standing, but bent over, falling asleep on the table.
This is insane. Okay, can we agree he's at fault for getting the worst bedroom?
Yeah, but I love drunk Kyle. I'm happy he doesn't have a bedroom.
I hope because he has the worst bedroom that he sleeps in it less and actually does this for the next 16
It reminds me of season 1 when he fell asleep on the like in between the couches on the ground and they took pictures of him when they got home and he woke up but still didn't know what was happening.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Okay, so now it's 10:53. Paige, this is when Paige starts to feel really bad for Amanda because Amanda's going to feel like she's missing out because like her and Paige and Sierra are hanging out.
Because no one wants to be in the basement. The basement's the worst place to be.
Yeah. But we switch to guys. Sierra talks about how she's super into Austen. Mm-hmm. She's so excited.
His humor. Oh.
And as we're talking about it, Andrea comes into the room with 2 cups of coffee for the women.
Marry me right now. This is my dream.
One of his hobbies is actually to bring women coffee. Also, love that he says women and not girls. Fucking amazing.
And he goes, I want to please them. I'm like, honey.
And says women are the most beautiful creatures in the world. You fucking hear that? You hear that?
I was sold when you walked out of the black car, but like you're just giving me more reason.
So into it. So then Craig calls his girlfriend. No one cares. So now it's 11:16.
Everyone makes me sad because like everybody knows Paige and Craig are together, so everybody's like, "Fuck this relationship talk." When like if we had just watched Southern Charm, I know, like she was sweet, she was nice. She was nice.
No, there's nothing wrong with her, but
I know, but we now hate her because she's in a sense the barrier.
Bravo doesn't really care because it's just like Craig on going.
It's the quick update,
miss you, and then it's over. So 11:16, everyone's just waking up. We have to go skiing. No women are going skiing. Also, I just want to point out Amanda's wearing a sweatshirt that is. I don't know if you've heard of Demois.
Yeah, Demois.
Or Dumois. Whatever.
I love when you pronounce French words.
French things suck. French sucks. I'm Hispanic. It's basically this Instagram account that finds famous people in New York. And so I love, because I follow, obviously. Yes. Jason Sudeikis was very close to me. I'm so excited.
Commented on that sweatshirt.
Austen's continuing to flirt with Sierra. Kyle says we should throw a theme party tonight. But first he has to poop in Paige and Sierra's bathroom. And Amanda's like, oh my God, Kyle, go downstairs.
That is listen, he can do it like maybe once, twice, but like if you cannot do that.
You know how Hannah had sex in Kyle and Amanda's bathroom? Kyle should just take random shits in Paige and Sierra's bathroom.
Well, now he knows how it feels.
He gets it. He's over it. So 12:04, Andrea and Jason have decided to stay back with the ladies while the rest of the boys get ready to go skiing.
So it's Craig, Austen, Luke and Kyle.
Yes. We get this amazing edit of Austen calling himself the Quad Father. And then we get just a quick little, like maybe 3-second clip of Craig falling down the stairs. I watched it 3 times. I could not stop laughing. I
didn't know it was Craig. And then because I watched the Craig Austen YouTube live during commercials.
Nick really liked
it. That guy, which I think is their podcast, like editor or something.
Yeah.
Said that was his favorite part of the episode. And I was like, that was Craig.
That's
the worst when you do that.
I was busy writing Austen's the Quad Father because I thought that was funny. And then I just see this man fucking tumble and go, and then at the end go, ow. I was like, I must rewatch.
This is when you don't wear socks on stairs.
That was the best part of the episode. I agree with Nick, the podcast editor, who appeared in the recap. So we head to the slopes. We go snowboarding. Luke really only plays hockey, but he's actually an athlete, so he can do a lot of advanced.
It's so crazy. I never really did it growing up, but I'm a very advanced skier. I just want to say
he's snowboarding. Actually, he's very advanced.
I could never imagine calling my skills advanced
in literally anything in life. Like not even podcasting is advanced to me.
Absolutely nothing. I could not imagine thinking so highly of myself while also saying I barely did this growing up.
I'm advanced, actually. So we're back at the house for a little bit. Lots of champagne. We're actually going to play champagne pong.
Love it.
Everyone get ready.
This is what I love about summer houses. They play all the fun little drinking games and they do all the things that like you used to do in college, but nobody likes to do these as adults, but I do.
Yeah, I do too. And honestly, champagne pong was just, let's all flirt with the Italian stallion.
Hey, but you know what? We're done
while
with that
drinking.
Game. Let's play some question games. I don't know where they get these questions.
Truth or dare. I think they Googled truth or dare questions. And so Andre is like, do we go hardcore right away? And Jason's not paying attention because he is flirting with Gabby. So then we go back to the slopes. Get together. Yeah, we have to break it up. We go back to the slopes. They're all super hungover having lunch, but Kyle's also just like still pissed about the rooms and no one cares. So we go back to the house where we really care about. And the question is something like, what is Andre's or what's he like good at in bed or something like that? And he says, licking your pee, poo, SSY.
I was like, as soon as you put PU, I was like, what are we talking about? And then I was like, oh, it.
He's never been on TV. He doesn't know pussy can be said and just bleeped. But Paige was so into, she was like, oh,
I think everyone was like, whoa, didn't we realize we were like gonna spell it out? But like,
yeah,
I'm
also,
my ears are perked up.
He considers himself a good kisser, but you actually kiss differently in different parts of the world. So Italian kiss is a little tongue and like very passionate, and American kiss is more lips. You really use your lips.
Which that I just never really thought about how people kiss so differently around the world.
I straight up still am like horrified. Like I think it's teenage kisses and adult kisses, because teenagers go like open mouth and adults start closed mouth and go into open mouth. And honestly, those are the only two types of kisses I know.
Alicia's like, I just moved on from the teenage kiss. I'm just wrapping my head around
I just want open mouth. Now I'm mouth into open. So Andre says he really doesn't like to talk about himself. And Amanda's like, yeah, none of us do. And then Andre says, well, I feel like Paige does. And then I thought Paige got kind of pissed because Andre says she's like one of those from Mean Girls. And he's like, who is it? The queen of the school. And they're like, oh, Regina George. But really, Paige is just too drunk. And she's so in love that this man is talking about her that she has no idea. Yeah, I know.
She's like, you don't, I know you don't mean it as an insult. So I'm just going to sit here and be like, okay, let's just be neutral.
She's like, you could tell me to fuck off. And I'd be like, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're so into it.
Tell me more.
Back to the slopes. Austen is so single and he's super into Sierra, but because Austen's this dude, he asked Luke for advice or like permission.
Yeah, but I don't mind this. You're gonna be because you're in a house with him. You gotta do this. You gotta break it. You're not actually asking for permission. You're breaking the ice of awkwardness.
You're right.
You're basically setting your intentions.
Luke doesn't care. He says like a very Luke-ish thing.
He's like, she's a grown woman. She can make her own decisions.
She's a woman. I'm a man. We both have that things answer to
from
do.
Him. Not like what he said, but like to me, it's not like oh yeah, dude, you're fine. Like we're good. I kind of feel like that means there's going to be a problem later.
No. I think he meant it as he's just very Luke-ish that way, where he's like, she's a grown woman. She can do what she wants, and I won't get mad. And that's why the dudes were like, if we didn't like you already, we would totally fucking make fun of you, but we like you. And Kyle's like, I love him. It's just Luke. Like, I think Luke just talks that way where he's like,
I also think he also is sitting there being like, I wish you would just choose me though. Like he's so into Sierra.
You know how Andre does like, I love women. They're so beautiful. Mm-hmm. I think Luke is trying to have that.
Oh, but he's less suave.
Because he's just from Minnesota. He just sounds like a fucking tool.
Okay, that's a good point.
He's trying. I think he's genuinely trying to be like, yeah, Sierra's a grown woman. She can do like you shouldn't even ask me her permission because like, she's a free bird.
Yeah. Like, why would you ever ask a man to have permission? Like, she's her own entity. Like,
yeah. And then the dudes are like, fuck you.
The fuck are you doing? Yeah. Without the accent, it doesn't work. Yeah, good point.
Fuck you. So, Jules finally, no, she's still missing. Never mind.
They go outside. She shows up. They play in the snow.
Yeah. And then
she shows up and like knocks on the window, and they're like, "Who's inside?"
At 4:46, she finally shows up. Her Bravo canceled her whole flight. Now she's here. Everyone gives her a big ol' hug. We find out Paige and Julia model together for Limited 2, which means we probably have seen them before because we have their catalogs.
I like wish I could find an old Limited 2 magazine, and for all those people who maybe are like Gen Zers out there who didn't have Limited 2, this is basically the Justice on steroids. Justice came after Limited 2.
This was the best fucking store. We even got pictures, and I'm telling you, I had that catalog.
Once my Girl Scout troop went to Limited 2 and we did a fashion show there.
Same. I've done this. Everyone did it. Everyone did that.
Like it was Cheetah Girls in a store. Yes.
You got to try. I don't know why Limited 2 did this.
Sweatsuit.
People used to have birthday parties where you just went and shopped at Limited 2 and then like went to McDonald's in the mall. Yeah. You didn't do that?
Didn't do that.
It was like
we went to like Libby Lou.
Oh, we did Libby Lou too. But I've had Limited 2 ones where your parents just gave you money that you normally spend at like a normal thing. God. And it was like you and your friends walked around Limited 2 because you were all like in second grade and so cool. And you shopped and did a fashion show and tried things on, and it was fun. And then you went to McDonald's.
I got a tube top that had straps you could like take off. So it was basically a tank top.
Love.
And then whenever I would leave my parents, I would take the straps off.
Yeah, fuck that. And wear honestly, my tube top. Listen, Gen Z's bringing back a lot of shit I don't want brought back, but if they could bring back Limited 2, that's what I want.
Give me the mommy and me version, adult, so like the second grader can have it, but like I can have it.
The adult version of Limited 2 is just like us in skinny jeans.
The monkeys on those t-shirts, or like that M purse, the my God, shoulder purse,
like the fully clothed monkeys on our clothes.
They have little hats. Their ears still exist.
I picture them with the purses, like the little purses that barely could hold that. The Paris Hilton purses.
Yes.
That you held right at your shoulder. Yep.
They had all the like lettered ones. So you got your like M and your A.
Yeah, but you'd also want to show the limited too. So you would buy a shirt that clearly said limited too.
Obviously.
So they fucking knew. Fuck Justice. That came after. This was the shit.
That was the D list.
Anyway, my point was we have both already met Jules and Paige.
Oh my God.
They were in our house.
It's kind of like how people say Zac Efron goes with their taste. Paige and Jules are going with my taste.
Went with our taste. Yeah, I wanted what they were wearing then and now.
Yes.
So then we find out the rooms. Jules and Lindsay are actually going to share a room, which
one room left.
I didn't.
This is weird to me. I think Gabby and Jules should have shared. Yeah. I hope Lindsay freaks the fuck out about this.
Well, Lindsay told Austen, "Don't sweat the small stuff." So,
but it's just like I don't know you. This is weird.
Yeah,
and you're new. I'm a veteran here. You're new.
Yeah,
you're going to share a room.
Gabby and Jules as newbies should go downstairs, but we'll see. So at 5:17, everyone gets back from the slopes and they meet Julia. And then at 5:53, we have to make a run to the store because Luke needs some cold cuts. So Austen and Jason are sent
to go to the grocery store too, which Austen said on the live, like, how do you shop for 12 people?
I get it. Like, I can't even shop for one appropriately.
This is a lot. And okay, I didn't know this. Craig and Austen said this on their live. In Southern Charm, they have runners on their show where when they need more alcohol, the producers or someone goes and gets it. In Summer and Winter House, they're required to literally buy everything on their own. So if they run out of alcohol, like nobody will go get them. And Craig was like, but we're hammered.
That's hilarious.
So that's why they start drinking all these different things, and you see them mix a lot more because they start running out of what they wanted originally, and they start drinking whatever.
Well, luckily, Kyle owns a whole fucking company,
and I think that's why so much Loverboy is brought because they nobody will go get them other stuff.
No, so Kyle just because he gets it for free. He just orders a bunch.
Then you get all this promotion, like it just ends up working out for him.
10 out of 10. Fuck, that's why they were really mad when Kyle broke those beers. Holy shit. That sucks. That super sucks.
Which I think probably means there's different production companies behind them. So one company will have people go get stuff for you.
Honestly,
and one's like, no.
I'm taking it more as like Southern Charm is clearly a bunch of like, no offense, I know Austen and Craig have other things, but it's now just a bunch of influencers hanging out. Winter House is still this idea of like these gritty guys are like real people getting drunk together. So it's like, if you run out of alcohol, you run out. Plus, it's more fun. If we're mixing shit, let's be hungover.
Yeah, and some of the fun of it in Summer House is like, when they come for the weekend, it's like there's 8,000 deliveries, like ready for them.
Also, the amount of alcohol they start with we love to watch it. So I'm okay with it. But yeah, they do struggle. We get a quick thing with like Lindsay telling Jules she's super into Andre, and Jules is like, great, I have a boyfriend.
Wait, you mean Gabby? Oh wait, no. You said
Gabby,
Lindsay.
Jules, and Paige. Oh, sorry. It's Gabby, Jules, and Paige hanging out. And Paige tells Jules she's really into Andrea.
And in Jules' bedroom.
Yeah. We find out Jules has a boyfriend. Great. Okay. So now we're at the store. Who the fuck put Austen in charge of fucking anything? Anyway. So Austen then sees a magazine with Madison on it because there's this baseball player scandal. Ooh, who is it? It's A-Rod.
Yeah. Because the reunion just happened in January, and this was filmed in mid-February.
Yes, so we're all still fascinated that A-Rod is married to J-Lo, but
engaged
to J-Lo, but might be texting Madison. Hilarious. But he's so upset to even see her face. So when they're driving back, Jason's like, should I take your phone? And Austen's like, maybe, I'm so sad. I would also be sad, but I think it's just because it's Austen and Madison. I'm like, oh.
I know this. Well, what sucks, like what's hard is this is so played out because it's been almost a year in real time.
And we saw it on Southern Charm. We saw it on Southern Charm. Then we dealt with it in real life.
Then we got all the tabloid stuff afterwards, which is in this time. And now we're talking about it again. And she's fucking engaged in real time. Like, we're over this.
We're super over it. Anyway, so The rest of the house is setting up this theme party. We're doing spring break.
Love it.
The boys get back from the store. They did a good job shopping so far. Austen has to share that he saw Madison in the tabloids, so he loses his phone privileges. Fantastic. Craig does not give a fuck. He's like, go hang out with Sierra then.
Kyle's like, we're in college, red Solo cups. Let's do some beer funnels.
Yeah. So it is 7:39 and somehow we're already drunk and I love it. Kyle uses the bathroom, but Jules might be in it. And this is why only like small amounts of people should share one bathroom.
Well, now that you think about it, there are 5 people in the basement sleeping and there's probably one bathroom.
4, right? Amanda, Kyle.
No, because there's
Lindsay
and Jules's bathroom or like bedroom. There, I think there's another bedroom, and then I think
you know what should have happened? The newbies all should have been in the basement together.
Agreed.
And then Kyle and Amanda should have gotten like Craig's room or something if he has a closet and a bedroom. This is why you
pre-planned this conversation prior.
Yeah. This is when Kyle, as a host, should have been like, "Here's the map of the rooms.
Let me know if you have a problem.
This is what I think would be best for the house."
Yes.
Also, he could just throw production approved this. So,
I agree.
Okay, so it's spring break. Paige looks hot in her bikini and a coat. I wish. My fucking body wishes.
Like, this is the one moment where I hate this show because they all look fucking so hot in bathing suits and it's winter.
It's literally winter. This is my winter body.
This is the winter body. Yeah.
So Craig and Paige do a beer funnel together and someone screenshotted this on Twitter and wrote, "Wow, their grandkids are going to be so fun."
Love.
So a beer funnel of love is what I'm going to call it. Austen lays Amanda. It's the first time she's been laid on the whole trip. This is a constant joke. Paige and Andrea dance a little bit, and then we decide to slap a bag.
Well, when she gets set down, she literally puts her hand all down his abs, and I was like, God, I would do it. You could subtly do it. She kind of subtly does it, and it's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, did I just touch all your washboard abs? My bad. We play slap the bag. My only thought at this was, I understand we're all tested, but there's still a pandemic, and it made me nervous.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoy pretending like this pandemic does not exist.
I get it. But I'm nervous still. Yeah. Then we do a piñata that Andre just cannot hit, but finally fucking finds it. Austen then kills the piñata and pretends that it's Madison's baseball dude.
No, Austen, show us you're better than an ex-MLB player.
Oh yeah, and I was like, pretends. Ha ha ha. And then Craig is notoriously like this. He's like, fucking forget about her. Go talk to Sierra.
Yeah, he's like, so Craig is like, listen, there's a tether holding Austen to Charleston. Let's cut the cord. Go to Sierra now.
So Austen in all of his game asked to lay Sierra with his lay because it's spring break. And she makes it fun where she's like, you're gonna lay me? Oh, do you wanna
get laid?
And of course, weirdo Austen is like, tonight and in the morning. And she's like, okay. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So then we're going to get touchy-feely. Andre puts Paige on his shoulder. So her badge and butt are right there.
Austen said he started this trend and they cut it out.
Oh. Sorry.
He's like, I did it first. Are you kidding me?
Nope. It's Andre and Paige. Mm-hmm. And then Austen puts Sierra on his, which I guess is reversed, but I don't care. And then Craig puts Kyle on his.
I was like, this makes sense.
This was fun.
Amanda
is trapped on the table.
When Amanda lives in a house with Kyle, she's like, do not look at me. Do not talk to me. And Kyle's like, Craig?
But neither of them cheat, which is also fun. They just like pretend they don't see each other. And then Amanda is in the background, trapped on a table, and finds someone and goes, can you help me down? Because Kyle and her aren't speaking right now.
God.
So Paige gets put down on the couch by Andrea, but she sweat all over him, but it's good sweat. So then Paige, this is so disgusting.
Weird. Yes.
So Paige and Sierra then discuss that they just want to make out with their boys. And then Austen calls Sierra his girl, and Sierra's like, oh my God. And then Luke strips a little bit, which was also fun. No one cared. Maybe Jules a little bit, but
we got a hot tub outside.
Oh my God. Go. Yes, it's 10:09, which is still really early, but they've been drinking since God knows all day.
When. This is not early when it's a darty.
We're in the hot tub. Literally everyone is in this small hot tub, but because they're all fit and skinny, they can all fit.
Yes, which is just fun. Like, we're all here.
Drinks are flowing.
Let's go.
People then start slowly leaving, and it leaves at 11:04, the timestamp. We get Sierra, Austen, Paige, and Andrea are in the hot tub. Everyone else is in the kitchen taking shots, but we don't have the vodka. Where's the vodka?
Yeah.
So Kyle's like, oh, I must go down to, it's like where the hot tub is.
Craig told him to go down there and get the vodka.
Yeah, he's like, the vodka's by the hot tub. And Kyle's like, cool, I'll go get the vodka. So he goes down. Meanwhile, Paige and Andre start making out.
Yeah, they're the first ones.
And listen, Paige usually is sly in her pantry. She is so this bitch does not give a fuck.
No, I think she's so used to the cameras now, and these are probably like the cameras in the corners instead of like a cameraman down there.
Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck. No. And so then Sierra starts cheering them on, which is my move. I'd be like, do it, yeah, girl. Mm-hmm. And Austen is like, you need to stop. And this is when Sierra's like, okay, what's going to make me stop? And he's like,
are you going to make me stop?
So they make out. They start making out again, hardcore. And not just
here
the nice
comes
kiss.
Kyle.
I go, Kyle walks in at it. He opens the sliding door. He walks out. He goes, oh my God. So everyone stops and looks at him, and they're like, Kyle, what the fuck? And he's like, I just need the vodka. Calm down. Like, he's like, you get the vodka.
He does get the vodka. Thank God he didn't get distracted.
He takes the vodka. He leaves. Everyone resumes making out in the hot tub. He then goes upstairs and goes, guys, oh my God, they're all making out. And
there's
Craig
an orgy happening down there. I can see what I love about Summer House is it is very natural. Like, I can see this happening. Yeah. If I were like to go with my friends, like 10, 12 friends to a house.
But I just love that Kyle is like, guys, a literal orgy. And Craig is the one that's like, yeah, I don't know why we're surprised. And I was like, this doesn't happen on Southern Charm. What do you mean we're not surprised?
Yeah, but I bet this happens on like his friends' trips. Like,
I think it was probably more surprising because it was two couples in one hot tub instead of just one couple in one hot tub.
Already anticipated the Austen Sierra thing because it seems like Austen came into this wanting to hook up with Sierra.
Yeah.
And then it's just like
Austen was making it happen because Craig was making it happen because Craig doesn't like Madison. So he's like, fuck that. And so I'm sure he assumed drunk Kyle is like, Amanda and I are not together. So no one is. So plus I would probably be Kyle, right? I'm hammered and I'm not thinking about anything but myself. And someone's like, go get more vodka. And I'm like, great. So I just walked to go get vodka.
And I'm going to walk in and be like, hey, I need the vodka.
Yeah, I'm going to turn and be like, where's the vodka? Nope. And then I'd be like, and then what? You're not going to sneak around and grab the vodka. So you have to be like, what is happening?
Well, I think that's initial shock of like, whoa. And then people are like, what? And you're like,
fuck out of here, Kyle.
I just needed the vodka.
And you know Paige was drunk because she's like, what the fuck, Kyle? And he's like, oh my God,
he's like, just hand me the vodka. Just put it in my hand. My eyes are closed. Just give it to me.
No, he's looking. He's like, hello. I just need vodka.
Also, they end this episode literally on Paige's ass.
Yeah. And it's to be continued. So we don't know what's going to happen next week.
Paige is straddling Andre and it's like,
the ass is moving.
Paige doesn't have an ass, but like it looks like she has an ass here.
She has an ass in this.
Massive it is on this screen.
Wow. Yep. So we have no idea what's going to happen next week because it ended with to be continued.
To be continued. What is going on? This was this was an hour and like 15, right?
Yeah, this was kind of long.
Yeah, this was more than just an hour. So I'm happy they really got into some good stuff. I mean, we only have 17 days.
I agree. And listen, now we have to do fun, not fun. And it's hard because I think everyone is always fun in Summer House. I do. I hate picking, even when they're not fun, they're still kind of like, even though Kyle was pissed about rooms, he's still so fun all the time. Like without Hannah, I don't know who I want to pick.
See, okay, well, I can kick this off with not fun. For me, it's Kyle. Like he basically assumes something's going to happen, doesn't communicate it, and then gets mad at Amanda. I'm not on board with that. Not fun.
I get it, but it's the Tostitos, it's the bathroom, it's the Shakespearean literature.
I'd be pissed if I were Amanda. It's like, you just got shit face. You slept on the bathroom floor and you're mad at me for not picking a bed?
It's going to get the vodka and finding an orgy. Like, he's so funny, even when he's not. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to pick, and this might be a cheap one. I'm getting out of it. I'll pick better next time. I'm picking Jules because she missed her flight and she didn't enjoy fucking anything.
Not fun. She
wasn't fun this episode.
Not fun for a whole first day.
I don't even know. Everyone was fun. I'm having an existential crisis right
now.
Literally I just want to list people.
I'm going to pick this person because I don't think I'm ever going to pick them the rest of this season.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Austen because
like Austen's never fun.
I really don't think he's going to be that fun. So he did a pretty sly job of getting the room he wanted.
Yeah.
He was part of the initiation crew, taking loads of shots, but was not Kyle and got too hammered.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Yep.
Had a bump in the road with the ex, but still was able to recover and had a great night and got to go snowboarding, which that's all he cared about.
Yep, fun. You're right. Honestly, I'm going to save Austen for when Lindsay tells him she loves him, because I think that's going to be the funniest Austen response in the world.
You better hope so if you're banking on him.
I'm not picking him. No.
Okay, how about this? We have 6 episodes. You're not allowed to pick the same person twice. Oh, just for fun, not fun.
Shit. Yeah. You're right. We always have, because there's only 6 and there's like 12 people. So we can pick, like, I could pick Austen if I wanted to.
I can't pick Austen and I can't pick Kyle again. Damn, I can't believe I just blew Kyle so early.
I'm happy I blew Jules. Don't worry, you still have like 4 new people though to like fuck around with. I don't. Okay, now this put my stakes a lot higher, and I'm writing it down so we'll have receipts to know. I think for fun, I'm gonna pick.
Don't think about it too hard.
I'm picking Paige. I thought Paige was so fun. She got the room she wanted. She got drunk. She flirted hard with her Italian stallion. She picked cheese over oral sex.
Hell yeah.
And she got her Italian stallion. And she yelled at Kyle drunk, which was just, I love drunk Paige.
It's not like it's gonna linger for too long. It's not like she really like screamed at him like the sandwich
game, Kyle,
or the I don't like you. Like, this isn't gonna live in infamy. No. She just stood her ground and got to yell at him. That's always fun.
This was a lot of fun. I would have picked Luke, but there weren't enough fires. But I thought Paige was a good. I need at least 2 fires.
If there are 2 fires in any episode, it's done.
We both pick Luke.
It is automatic Luke.
But yeah, Paige was a lot of fun. I enjoyed her this episode. We're starting strong.
I love
Damn it! I blew Jules and Paige. I'm still with fucking Austen.
You didn't blow Jules. Come on, just for not fun.
I'm waiting for Craig. I'm waiting for one of the newbies to do something so fucking crazy that I have to pick them as fun. Which I don't know. We'll have to see. Happen.
Do you have any? Really quick. Do you have any like predictions outside of things we've already seen? Like, do you think anything's going to happen?
I don't know if Austen's gonna, because obviously there's 3 girls into Austen. We know of 2, right? Yeah. I don't know who the 3rd fucking would be.
Well, it's not Paige, so it's easy to like break it down because she's so disgusted.
Well, it's not Jules. Is it Gabby?
So it has to be Gabby, Lindsay, and Sierra.
Ew. And you can just jump in if you think I'm wrong. I think Austen's gonna have to pick one to go through the rest of Summer House with, and I think he might pick Lindsay. Listen,
I think he picked Sierra.
They were kind of buddy at the thing.
I think based on the previews I've seen, when he's like stay, like when he's like lay down, I think that's friendly, like banter of like them being friends. I think she's into it more than he is.
Oh, 1,000%. But I'm excited.
I'm sure something happens because they get hammered.
And I want to hit on
cutting the Charleston cord.
Yes. I want to quickly hit on, we see supposedly Gabby and Kyle flirt a little. Do you think this is real?
I can see Kyle being wasted, saying some kind of inappropriate comments. Gabby not being as wasted, reading way too far into it.
Huh. Okay. What else do we see that I want to hit on maybe quickly? Do we think Andre, because we know Andre and Paige don't work out, but do they go through Winter House together, or do they end things before it's over?
I think they kind of hook up, nothing too intense the entire time. It's 17 days.
Do we think Jason and Gabby are going to hook up?
I don't know. Is that the scene where who puts their hand on Gabby's leg? Is that Jason or is that Andre?
Literally no idea.
I forget. No idea. Already, but
I
think it's going to be Andre and Paige throughout the entire time. I think it's going to be Sierra and Austen, majority of it. Lindsay's going to express her feelings, and there's going to be one moment with Gabby and Austen.
Do we think Craig's going to fight with anyone? Because Craig's one of my favorite, choose your fighters.
I think Craig's going to really struggle. I can't wait for the moment where Austin's laying in his bed and Craig is sitting on the bed. And they're
both we fucked up. We fucked up. This was a mistake. Listen.
I think it's going to be next episode.
If anyone was choose your Bravo fighter, I would pick Craig because he would die on any hill. And I want him to fight with Kyle. Point.
I would pick Paige always.
Also, do we think anything's going to happen with Luke?
No, Luke is literally falls in love with the fire.
Luke sets himself on fire for fun. He's done. So no Luke storylines?
I think Luke's just going to be and just he's going to be fun. He's falling in love with the outdoors again.
But there's going to be no, I don't like you.
No.
You know what? We actually don't see a lot of fights in the previews. We just see a lot of broken hearts.
Yeah, I think the drama is going to be relationship.
I want a man fight. You know I love grown men drunkenly yelling at each other.
I'm sure we'll get one. Kyle can always start a fight.
I want Kyle and Craig to fight. Hands down, two fighters.
Kyle was too drunk with the cheese/oral sex comment. So that's probably why.
I want Craig and Kyle to fight around a fire that Luke made that he's enjoying. And Austin's crying because he doesn't like confrontation like this. And it's just a mess.
Lordy. Well, we'll have to see.
I'm so excited.
5 more episodes.
We got no additional information given. We've talked 3 times in the past week, so our Patreon is tired of us. But throughout the season, if you're a $5 patron, comment on anything that happened throughout either Vanderpump or Summer House that we're at so far. I don't care. I'll read it, or Winter House. Sorry. I'll talk about shit week 6 that happened week 1.
Absolutely. At any time, bring it to me.
Fuck yeah. Okay. So I think we're done.
Yeah. Go review, rate, subscribe, all the things that Alicia talked about.
Just love us.
Here we go. Winter is fun.